everyone. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda. That's right, government issues Skoda. G.I. Joe Skoda, some would call. You know, often I do a lot of speaking engagements, and I'm out there quite often in the public and the community and doing different things and presenting my goods and services and talking to people all the time. And I hear more often than not that I'm always enthusiastic, that I always have a lot of energy, that I always have a lot to give back. And wasn't always that way. Early on in my Air Force career, of course, I just did what my boss told me to do, all the NCOs above me and officers above me, till I became one. But realistically, we all have a boss. I don't care where you are on the totem pole or the echelon. We all have someone we have to answer to. So it wasn't until I left the military, got some degrees, humbled myself, and fell in despair, that one day someone came to me and said, "What are you so sad about? Why are you so angry at the world? Why are you blaming other people for things not going the way you planned them to go?" You know, that was hard. That was hard, heartfelt. I had to think about it. I had to figure out, like, you know, the woe is me. And woe is me. I didn't get that promotion. I didn't get that job. She turned me down. Yes, all those things have happened, of course. But why am I pointing a finger at others? And you know, when you point a finger, like 4 or 5 fingers come back at you. Because more often than not, the common denominator to all of our despair in the world is us. What are we doing wrong? Why aren't we getting the job? Why did she say no, and she say no, and she say no? Why are not we getting good grades in school? And when I took a hard thought of that, and you know, I had to think about it for a while, and fell down and hid and lived in my own pity party, I realized I can get out of that situation. Okay, so maybe I didn't get the job I wanted. So I need to pad my resume. I need to get some more skills, go out there and maybe volunteer my time, so I could be the next person applying for the same job. You see, more often than not, we have an opportunity to excel and stress and show our services in a different way than everyone else. God made all of us unique. And if I'm a hiring manager, I'm looking for the one that stands out. Not just has the basic skills, but the one that stands out. So what are you and I doing to stand out? Now let's go back to where I started this. A lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy. And I do. Because every morning, I decide to wake up with a smile. Sure, finances aren't always where I want them to be. Situations aren't always perfect. The home's falling apart. All of those things. The car may not run. Maybe out of town and don't know what's going to happen. So what? God really has this. You know, we have to just take one day at a time and prepare for tomorrow. But take one day at a time and live it like it could be your last day. Do you want to live your last day? Your head in the ground or your face in the sand? Or you want to have a little enthusiasm, a little spunk, a little something going on? Now, our friends and family know when we're down. Our friends and family know when we're up. Our friends and family know when we're faking it. And they keep saying, fake it till you make it. There's some truth to that. But why not just be there? Why not just wake up with a smile? Why not just say, yeah, I got this going on? I see a lot of parents who do not have relationships with their children. Lots of them. I see a lot of parents don't have a relationship with the other parent. And it's kind of sad because we have this chip, we have this bitterness, we have an episode, a situation, something that happened in the past, and we carry it with us. If I carried with me everyone that done me wrong, everything that didn't work out the way I wanted to work out, every promotion I didn't get, I'd be way down here. I wouldn't be able to move. You and I need to make a decision now, right here, right now, today, to be all that we can be, to have a little bit of energy. You don't have to have the best legs or be in the best physical shape or condition. to have some energy, the day just starts with a smile. I'm sure a lot of you heard of Joel Osteen. He's considered to be the smiling preacher, the smiling pastor. And he is. He's always smiling. But I heard him one day. He said, I just choose to smile. I have bad days, and sometimes I just have to turn it on when I'm out there because that's what people expect. Now, I was at a church a few years ago, a priest, a Catholic church, and he's always smiling, good, jovial gentleman, always had a lot to share, especially about God. It was exciting. But one day, I believe it was the day after Halloween, the sanctuary, all the pumpkins were smashed. Smashed! Boom! On the altar. Boom! In the chairs, the podium, everywhere, the benches. Up against the wall. Here's a priest always smiling, always jovial, always friendly. And because of what happened, not just a sadness on his face, but a tear in the eye. It's a true story. It's about 15 years ago. And understand we're all human. And when someone who's always smiling on a regular basis has that tear and that sadness, don't hold it against them. We're all going through stuff in life. That's the time we need to pull that priest up and say, come here, Father. Let's help. Let's sit down. We'll help you clean this up. You understand, in our society today, we rarely have people come to our aid and say, I'll help you clean this up. I'll pick you up. I'll help you get where you need to be. We see it all the time. We see the elderly having trouble walking, and you and I may be there someday. So this is real important. We see people having trouble walking or can't get their groceries or a little slower in traffic. That's my pet peeve, slow in traffic. The rest of it I can deal with and I understand. You and I can have just a little understanding, a little bit of caring. With the holidays coming up, but quite frankly, the holidays are coming up every month. We have a holiday every month. Doesn't really matter what day of the week it is before we consider helping and serving others. Before you and I decide to put that smile on their face, have a little bit of energy. You know, and actually when you have a lot of energy and you're smiling, you're always happy, you tend to burn a few calories too. And guess what? People like you. Maybe not all the time. We all tell stories, and sometimes our stories are real, semi-real, and exciting. So don't tell those stories that scare kids or other people. And some of us do that too sometimes. That's good for Halloween or campfires, but that's not good every day of the week. Realize life is short. You want to be sad and woe is me the rest of your life, the rest of your days? We don't know how many days those are. We cannot put off tomorrow. We can do today to make a difference. We can't say I'll do it next week. We can't say I'll look at it next month. We have to do what it takes now. Pick up that phone. You having a problem with someone? Pick up the phone and say, I'm thinking of you. Yeah, I know. Whatever you believe this, whatever. I'm thinking of you. Hope you're having a great day. Hey, do it by text. At least you're reaching out. Choose to have that smile. Choose people to say, hey, they're smiling Joe, they're smiling Vanessa, they're smiling Jesse, they're smiling Ariana. Choose to be that person. Nothing ever gets them down. Even the most, think about this, even the most smiling person, the most happy person, the most jovial person has those bad days, has those challenges in their lives. Have those getting beat up that we don't see. And we're not supposed to see. So they want to always put on that front that they're happy regardless. If your house is burning down, it's hard to smile. But sometimes our house is burning down is a figurative thing that's happening where our children, our parents, our loved ones are all separating. We can still repair that. We can still repair that. And when someone's losing it, just screaming, let them scream. Let them get it off their chest. Let them take that deep breath and get her done. You understand? What we do now is setting a precedence for our children, our grandchildren. Hey, Grandpa, he was always sad. Hey, G-Pa, he never played with me. Hey, Dad, he was always gone. You want them to remember that about you? Or you want them to say, hey, he was always there playing, always there talking with us, always watching TV with us. And that takes very little effort. Pays dividends for years to come, long after you're gone. Pay it forward. Make a difference today in someone's life. Choose. Be the one that smiles. Have a little bit of energy, a little pep in your step. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda, and I hope to see you smiling down the street one day. Have a great day. Bye.
John is in the city of Job is very happy, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details. He wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came back with more stress that he was not able to take full advantage of his vacation. But this year, a coworker suggested him to try world ventures this time to make his vacation more enjoyable and less stressful. They do not require you to plan anything outside of your transportation, which is also available at discounted rates. Your stay, your transport, and many meals are planned by the club. John liked the idea very much. He tries World Ventures, and his experience with the club was amazing, as he made many friends there with whom he had a great time. John recommends that everyone should try this club, as they are the best in business. See how the VIP-vacation-club.com can give you the right experience without all the hassle. Enjoy the VIP experience.
Live streaming on social media is the best new way to interact and bond with your community. Do you love to encourage, motivate, and empower others, but you do not know how? Well, you're operating with us on social media shows. We have 20 shows a week live streamed across the globe, with a reach of over 80,000 and growing. So you can host your own show, and you can be anything you want to be. So let's bring the community together, and let's bring the world to you. Join us now. We've reached the age of live streaming on social media shows. You may ask, we're already ahead of the curve, so why do you need to advertise with us? Well, only 8% of the businesses in the US are using digital advertising to grow their business. That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations. So get your brand ready for digital monetization, for we are looking for sponsors, which will bring more traffic to your business and ultimately mean more sales. So let's bring the world to you. Inquire now.
Hello, everyone. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda. Hey, how do you like my office today? Obviously, the great outdoors. You know, even though most of you know I'm indoors right now, and it's just a green screen, I'm real happy to do that. The point is, we can learn new skills, even during a pandemic time. I've heard a lot of people lose their jobs, and that's sad, and rightfully so. Some jobs had to close for a while, especially servers or where there's close proximity to other people and some other things. I don't believe everything should have went away, and that's why we had layoffs for a while, but some people really lost their jobs, especially in the small business world, where mom and pop businesses or local businesses that are not part of a chain didn't quite have the resources to stay open. Because quite frankly, we gave all the money to Walmart and Costco and so many other big chain organizations that have a lot of money, leaving our other businesses to rot and die. Sad, but it's true. Well, here's the point. I'm here to talk about if you have a job or don't have a job. What skills? What are you learning during this time? If you had 1 month off, 2 months off, 6 months off, most of you were still receiving unemployment. But what skills did you learn to make yourself look a little better on the resume? I hear this a lot. People like, yeah, I was a truck driver and I'm trying to go back into truck driving. Or I did this and I'm trying to go back into that. I'm just waiting for a job opening. Great, you're looking for a job opening as well as all of your other past coworkers. Let's say you worked for a company. Let's just say you're bus drivers, right? Just throwing it out there. Maybe 20 of you worked for this organization to hire bus drivers to take all around the city, whatever it is, and you all got laid off at the same time. And 2, 3 months later, they start hiring some back, but they don't have an opening for 20 bus drivers. Maybe they have an opening for 10 or 12, maybe 15. What did you do in the last 2, 3, 6 months to make yourself stand out and give yourself an edge in the marketplace? Too many of us just sit back, relaxing, chillaxing, not really paying attention or have a care in the world, just thinking we're going to get our jobs back. Just thinking we don't have to do anything exciting because I'm the bombity jiggity. Of course they're going to hire me. I know everything. I've been there, done that. As a hiring manager, as a past HR and personnel person, I often had to look over resumes and hire people for different positions. And sometimes I had to fire people over different positions. And what I noticed is, sure, everyone got this great, glamorous, hypey resume they wanted to submit, and some had applications. But I want that one-on-one interview. I want to know who you really are. Sure, your great resume may get you an interview, but what did you do to stand out? What new skills did you learn? Did you learn how to do a video like this? Are you doing podcasts? Did you volunteer for a soccer team or to coach a kids' basketball team? Are you donating cookies and food to your local church? Did you take a management certificate? And quite frankly, all those certificates are really inexpensive now because those colleges want to stay in business also. So if you had the same job, let's just say 10 years, whatever it is, and you got laid off and expected to be called back, and once upon a time that worked like that, but today we're always trying to do more with less. What are you doing to get that niche to stand out, to make you be more relevant in the workplace, to work on your own self-worth? Are you writing articles for different magazines? Are you taking pictures for different organizations and websites? Are you involved in a Toastmasters club, learning communication and leadership skills? So many times I see people not, or maybe they'll sign up for something and never go, never take heart what they're learning, never really pay attention to the process involved. Whether your extracurricular activity is coaching something, learning how to paint, Toastmasters, welding, a certificate of management, or whatever, there is always going to be work involved. You cannot just pay $100 to get a certificate and say, look what I got, add to your resume. You best be putting some effort into it. You best be learning something. You best be working on your own self-worth. We live in a society of everyone owes me, or I'll get around to it eventually, or hey, it's my turn, give me the promotion. I don't owe you anything. And neither does any HR manager or CEO of a company. Yeah, we got some gray area, donating money, doing favors, all those kinds of things. But in the general sense of the word, I don't owe you anything but an opportunity to learn a skill, opportunity to bring me your best. And let me tell you something too about bringing your best. When or if you do get hired for anywhere, I don't care if it's a janitor, bus driver, a teacher, a welder, a mechanic, whatever, you owe your employer the best of you. You owe the best of you. They deserve to get the best work they can from you. And if you want to get promoted at company one day, sure, over time, experience, knowledge definitely helps you get there. Very important. What's wrong with taking a class here and there? And they don't have to be college courses. If you're a tradesperson, there are so many other things out there to help give you an edge. Did you ever think about becoming a notary republic? Sure, you have to go a background check and make sure you didn't get in trouble the last 10 or 20 years and pass a couple exams. A notary can often get paid $10 for each sheet of paper that they notarize. Ever thought about that? A little extra income? Write resumes for other people is another way to earn some extra income. And too many of you are knocking network marketing and MLM companies down. Why? You want to learn marketing? You want to learn business? You want to learn coaching, mentorship? You want to learn a process of being your business owner where you only get paid when you work? It's the same as opening up a plumbing shop or a hardware store or a restaurant. If you're unwilling to do the work, then you're not going to get paid. You're not going to be in business very long. Sure, the ultimate goal of any successful business is to delegate and hire the right people to help run the business for you. No different than network marketing. You're signed on as a rep. So your job is to hire, look for the right people to help build your business while they're building their own. But it's a two-way street. You need to provide training, support, guidance when needed. And most of us network marketers, we're not given direct coaching, especially as a newbie, but we're involved in a system that provides all that training. I'm telling you, if you're still not working or doing the job you want to do or making the money that you think you deserve to do, what are you doing to get that edge in this world? Like I said, network marketing, you may or may not like it, but there's skills you learn. Toastmaster, you may or may not like it, but there's skills you learn. Taking different college classes, you may or may not like it, but there's skills to be learned. And when you add that to your resume and you have one or two things a little bit extra than the other person with the same skills and knowledge you have a better chance of getting hired. Let's face it, we've had, I don't know, let's say 1 million people laid off in the United States over the last 6 months. And we're slowly hiring people back. And thankfully, the economy is slowly coming back. But this pandemic is just so uncertain what's going on and, quite frankly, how real it is or how much is hype. We really don't know. But when we start getting hired back, there's a good chance you may not be going back into that position that you once had, especially if you're making a lot of money. There's a good chance that you'll be making less money doing something a little different. You want to continue making that big money? Then get those extra skills. Get that niche and network with other people who are back in the workplace and maybe can put a good word in for you. And that's why we never burn bridges. When we leave a job and hopefully we get hired somewhere else, we think, hey, life is going to be better over here. So up yours, past employer. That can bite you in the ass. Don't do that. Don't look down upon or discredit someone that hired you in the first place. Sure, there are companies that there's a little bit of fraud, a little bit of maltreatment, a little bit of favoritism, a little bit of cheating. Sure, there is. Take note. That's all right. Take note. Call them out from time to time. But don't burn bridges. We all need this. And we're all knuckleheads sometimes, and we all make mistakes sometimes, and we need to give the benefit of the doubt. If there's a consistency of fraud and dishonesty in whatever company you're involved with, get out of there. Eventually, they're going to get arrested, and so will you. Get out of that situation. But in the meantime, develop different skill sets. Development, a lot of it is just being an intern and saying, teach me, I'll do that. It was about 2-3 weeks ago, I hired someone to come to the house to hang my TVs on the wall. Hang TVs. I have a bunch of TVs, moved into a new house, and quite frankly, he charged me $50 a TV to put some screws and mount the brackets on the wall. I had to pay for the brackets, I had to pay for the TV, and giving me a deal of $50 a television set, he was doing me a favor. He was one of the cheapest, well, he was the cheapest person, or least expensive person that I found online. So he made $250 from me in about 2 hours work, $125 an hour. That's good money. That's a skill set. Sure, I can learn and screw some holes, and sometimes walls are get right to the studs, and sometimes there's no studs there. You want to learn a new skill? Learn how to mount TVs. Learn how to install screen doors. Learn how to change locks. You want a new skill? Earn some extra money? Paint a few barns. Paint a few fences. Learn to cut grass. People are always looking for people to do their landscaping. And that's a tough world, even auto detailing and car washing, because they're everywhere. It's a tough world. But when you have a good, that's a good reputation, you have a good reputation for what you do, and you care about the other person's car, house, logs, TVs, whatever it is, that's going to go around, and people are going to realize you're someone trustworthy. Don't you dare use an excuse, well, I'm laid off, I can't do that. Well, get your butt away from the video games, unless you're studying it to be a video game champion one day and hope to make millions. And there's a few, very few that do. Same as professional sports. So whatever it is, even if you get a professional sports or hope to be that gaming champion of the world, develop another set of skills that you can use as a backup plan. Maybe you're making $25 an hour, you get laid off, and you could do another job for $15 an hour. Yeah, that kind of hurts. But you and I need to pay our bills. If we took out a loan for a car, or we owe someone some money, or to pay the rent, we need to do what we need to do that. And sometimes it is a pay cut. Sometimes it is doing something menial that we think we shouldn't have to be doing. If you're not building upon your skill set, be prepared to start all over again. Life is not supposed to be easy, but life is full of opportunity. Learn how to do video podcasts. I know a lot of people do videos, and they just want someone to hold the camera and edit it. Learn how to edit videos. I, from time to time, have to hire someone to edit my videos. Is it easy? Yeah, with practice it is, but everything's hard in the beginning. So what? And you know how many people I know that work in fast food restaurants that come home and cannot even wash a dish properly? They can take out the trash, can't wash a dish, can't even clean themselves. And how dare we hire people into our restaurants or our companies that smell, that don't know about hygiene, that don't take pride in what they're driving or how they take care of themselves, and yet we're hiring them? And then you want to know why your company has a bad rep? Be careful who you're hiring. Be careful who you're firing, because we do need to get a benefit of the doubt. And if you're an owner of a company, provide training and additional skill sets and opportunity for your employers. Everybody wins. If you're laid off, better find another way to get that skill set put into place. My name is Joseph Skoda, and it's so important not to be lazy and sit back. You might be making more in unemployment than you did working. Well, one day that unemployment's going to run out. What are you going to do about it? Hey, you're in the office with Joseph Skoda. Please subscribe to the Social Media Shows Network and In the Office and all the different things that we do and I do. If you're looking for a coach, looking for some mentorship, looking for some ideas to get out of your rut, you know where to find me. Joseph Skoda, over and out. Bye now. If you liked our show, please subscribe to our YouTube. Find us on any social media platform, Instagram, of course, Facebook. Share. We appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts. Anyways, we appreciate you staying tuned week after day because we continuously build up our network to bring to you what you're asking for. Have a great day.